This is...
Wait, we should establish like what we want to talk about. What are the bullet points we need to hit here?
I got it. Okay, so we tell them that the show is called Do You Want to Make a Podcast? It is a fireside chat between two best friends who are on the hunt to create the perfect podcast. They have a lot of ideas, and they can't decide what they want to talk about.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
That's it?
That's the synopsis. Then we'll plug the social media.
Do we want to do like social media?
Yeah. So we'll tell them to follow us at Do You Want to Pod, all spelled out. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also email us at doyouwanttomakeapodcast@gmail.com.
That's it.
That works for me.
Wait, I think we just did it.
We did it. That was my plan all along.
Oh, okay. Bye. Except hello, because now the show's starting.
Yes, it is.
Joseph.
James.
Last week you mentioned, and I think we've mentioned it a few times now, that it has been announced that iTunes is no more.
Correct.
So I would like to start today with a funeral for a friend in remembrance of iTunes.
Oh.
I will remember you. Do. Will you remember me? Do. You won't because you're a computer program.
Oh, God.
Goodbye, iTunes. Rest in peace.
Oh. I can't remember life without iTunes. I remember Windows Media Player and being like, this is the worst. And then someone's like, oh, just use iTunes. And I'm like,
this is slightly less the worst.
Like, what's that? Like, oh, it's usually for Macs. And I was like, what are those? And it was just it was like the blossoming of my little nerd education in the world of all. I didn't realize you had choices with software. And then my eyes were opened with all that is out there and readily available. So thank you, iTunes, for getting me through my youth, with allowing me to rip all the CDs from the library. Not their library, like my local library.
Yes.
My little frugal boy self would just take out CD after CD from the library and just rip it onto iTunes and be like, this is amazing. I never need to pay for music.
You know what's bad, though, is that I have a lot of iTunes gift cards that I never spent. You think I can still use them on the App Store?
Yeah. So for those that aren't aware...
Because you can't buy music anymore.
You can.
How?
Well, okay.
This is a genuine question because I went to the music app and was like, oh, I used to be able to buy music here. I want to buy music.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't because I don't subscribe to the streaming,
the Apple Music. They don't allow you to buy single songs anymore?
I don't think you can buy single songs anymore. I think
That's
you have to.
Nuts.
You have to, because they've gone to like a full streaming thing. Jeez. But you can still buy apps. So I'm thinking maybe I can redeem my iTunes credit on the App Store.
Yeah,
but
maybe,
I don't know.
There's probably a FAQ online now at this point that enables that. Or you can walk into an Apple store with your credit card and be like, I have Apple money. Give me things. Give me all your things now. Your iTunes is gone.
I actually am going to the Apple store later today.
You gonna get a new phone?
I am getting a new phone.
This is an exciting day.
Yes, I'm also changing I'm getting off. I'm an adult now, and I'm getting off my parents' wireless plan.
Oh snap! Well, you gonna stay with Verizon? You're gonna get the Xfinity Mobile?
No, none of the above.
Cricket?
None of the above. So the lady uses the Straight Talk.
Yep.
Which, upon review, was a pretty good deal.
Nice.
Pretty good deal. $45 a month.
Okay.
25 gigs of data at 4G.
Yeah.
Unlimited talk and text.
Okay.
they use all 4 major carriers' service.
Nice.
So
Hell yeah.
you get service anywhere,
everywhere,
and seems like a pretty good deal. So
that is pretty good.
So I'm gonna try that, and it's month to month. So if it
it doesn't work out,
if it sucks, I just cancel and I go somewhere else.
If you guys have Xfinity Internet, you can then get Xfinity Mobile.
That's true.
Which uses Verizon's.
That's true.
I'm not arguing. I'm just throwing this out there for the listeners. If you're considering it, it's a really good deal. Xfinity Mobile.
Do you get money?
No, I get zero money
because you bring it up a lot. And you're always like trying to sell me on it, and I'm like,
I'm not.
You make it sound like you get a commission.
Can I be real with you, Jim?
Yes.
I show affection by helping people get good deals on things.
That's true.
So
you do.
When people like yourself, who I have near and dear to my heart, I want to help these people save as much money as humanly possible. That's my weird little quirk. So that's why I'm telling you. I do not get compensated for that.
I see.
Yeah. I don't think I get compensated by anyone for anything. Actually, that's a lie.
You have a job, Joseph.
Well, yes. I don't get commission on anything.
Okay.
Is a way to put it.
Okay. Yes, that's different.
Except I will say, I opened my phone yesterday and I saw a notification. Panchero's app says, Joe, you got free chips and queso. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. It must be a promotion. Let me go tell Jim about it because he probably got it too. I go into my app and I see you referred Joe Bloss, and now you get free chips and queso. So your brother must have, who totally exists, by the way. Bless you twice.
Thank you.
We've mentioned Joe Bloss on the show before.
Yes.
This is not a combination of Jim and me. This is a real third person, Joe. Thank you, Joe Bloss.
Yes.
I sent him my Panchero's redemption app code. And
you did it a while ago.
Both got, I know, and it just happened now. We both got free chips and queso. Listeners, if you want a Panchero's referral code and to get yourself free chips and queso and to get me free chips and queso, you can find us on the internet at Do You Want to Pod. You can email doyouwanttopod@gmail.com. I will gladly give you my Panchero's code. Get
also,
those chips.
Panchero's queso. Out of this world.
It might be the best queso I've had.
It's so good.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
And their chips are blue. Doesn't change the taste, but boy, is it fun.
Dabba-dee-dabba-die.
And the chips and the queso. Get the chips and the chips and the queso. The chips and the queso.
We're doing a lot of parodies today.
I
like that.
I was, brought up on Weird Al.
Weird Al.
You want me to tell you something that may make you hate me a little bit?
Sure.
I heard Bohemian Polka by Weird Al before I heard Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
That doesn't make me hate you.
When I listened to Bohemian Rhapsody, I was like, God, this is slow. Because Weird Al's is like at a polka pace.
Yes.
Mama, just kill the man, like that fast.
Right, yes.
Yeah, highly recommend, by the way. No insult to Queen. Love the original, but God, is Bohemian Polka fun.
So, Funeral for a Friend, iTunes.
What other...
Wait. Do you want to make a podcast?
Oh, is that what we're doing today?
Yes.
I just wore my funeral attire, but yeah.
You didn't even know we were having a funeral until now.
I've been wearing this funeral attire ever since I heard iTunes was dead.
Just in black every day.
Yeah. But yes, I do want to make a podcast.
Great. Okay, so Funeral for a Friend, iTunes. Let's remember iTunes. It was fine. It was a fine app. It was better than Windows Media Player by far.
Worlds better.
But it's one of those things where just by being the best at something doesn't mean you're good at something. You know what I mean?
Just because you're the oldest driver on the road does not make you the best driver on the road. It just makes you the oldest.
That's true.
And maybe it's time for you to get off the road, you old fart.
Well, and that's why iTunes is getting off the road, I guess.
iTunes, I want to give credit. It was like around our junior, senior year of high school, is around the time that the software started getting really shitty. And I can tell you that with certainty because during our senior year of high school, I like made the choice. I was like, ooh, this new version sucks. Let me go back. And I went to like a website called oldapps.com or something. It's still out there. Mucho respect. And I downloaded like the version before. So like iTunes all the way through 2009, 2010. Serious thumbs up.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, they did make some changes there in the early 10s and late aughts that I was like,
no buenos.
This is worse. I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, well, they started off as like a linear, very cut and dry, like here's your list of songs.
Yes.
And it was good, and it worked, and it synced up to your iPod, back when iPods were iPods and not iPhones without the phone capability, which they are today.
Correct.
So yeah, back when iPods and iTunes was iTunes, oh, what a beautiful time to listen to music. It was great.
It was great. But this is a funeral. So let's say some nice things about the deceased.
All right, I'm going to also pretend it's an Irish wake and just take a few, dozen shots. 1 second. Oh, God. I remember when iTunes gave me my first iPod. It was really great. It came to my door and said, "Here you go, Joe. Here's your pod." And I said, "Oh, thank you, iTunes." And it was really funny, Jim. Back then is when podcasting started out, and no one would listen to podcasts.
Yeah, nobody knew what they were.
And it's funny because back then podcasts were on iPods, and now podcasts are just on phones. So I'm just wondering, why don't they call them phone casts? I'm still sad.
Yes.
I'm just sad on the inside. Oh.
There. There. But yes, let's use this wake to discuss the origins of the podcast and how originally they were terrible because that meant you had to connect your iPod.
You had to download the file, plug your phone in.
Not even your phone. Your
iPod. You had to plug in your pod. And back then the battery life was terrible, so like you couldn't even make it through a whole episode before having to recharge your iPod. And it was really just like podcasts were just re-release of radio episodes. So like NPR would just release their shit on podcasts, and Preston and Steve here in Philly would release their podcast. So podcasting was really just delayed radio listening back in the day. I didn't even listen. I'm just going based on what I heard other people were doing at that time.
But just think. If that didn't happen, we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be here.
We're here because of the tunes, the iTunes. All of you listeners are here, whether you know it or not, thanks to the iTunes, so you show us some respect. You know what we could do, Jim?
What?
We could take this funeral, or we could make it a funeral.
I love that idea.
It's still spelled the same.
That's true.
Okay, so let's make this a party. Hey, all you people. Funeral's over. The funeral has begun. Party music.
There it is.
Because they always say funerals are celebrating the life, so let's celebrate iTunes.
That's what I was trying to do.
Okay, you're just better at grieving than I am, I guess, because now I'm on board.
I'm very good at grieving, especially when it's for a computer program.
But that's what most of my life involves, so that really hit me hard there.
Yeah.
When it went away.
You know, the thing that the death of iTunes has made me think most is that it comes for us all, you know?
Whew, sooner or later,
if you
it got onto iTunes.
If it got iTunes, it's gonna get you.
So you're telling me that I'm eventually gonna become an app on the apps? I'm gonna be broken up into 3 different apps on the Apple App Store.
Yes, we all are broken up. Yes, the head app, the torso app, and the legs app.
Because we haven't explained this yet. Kids, if you don't know, iTunes has been broken up into Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, and Apple TV, I think? No.
That sounds maybe.
There's something video related.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Apple Teenies, that's the last one. It's an app for drinking.
Yum.
So yes, okay, so we will all be eventually uploaded onto Apple's servers. We will leave our physical bodies and we will become apps. There'll be 3 of us. Totally.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
What are you going to do when you become digital, Jim? What's going to be the first thing you do?
Well, the nice thing about being digital is you live forever unless the
server goes down.
Unless the firewall gets breached and then you die.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna surf the whole internet.
Cowabunga, baby.
I'm going to amass the entire history of knowledge.
Ooh.
That's what I'm gonna do first.
Okay. Well, is there even something second after that, or that's it? Like that is once you've amassed everything.
Yeah, I mean it'll take a while, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my life's work.
Wow. That's a noble one.
Thanks.
It's pretty good.
Thank you. What are you gonna do?
I'm probably just gonna turn into YouTube. I'm just gonna.
I am become YouTube.
I am be YouTube now. I'm just gonna watch videos all day.
Nice.
All day long.
Nice.
And I will be the videos.
Hey, soon all the video games will be on the internet through.
Ooh.
But that's through Google and not Apple.
Well, this is assuming that Apple doesn't buy everything.
Or Google doesn't buy everything.
Yeah.
Or Amazon buys them both.
Right.
Oh, Amazon.
Do you think really just one company owns everything and they make us think there's these separate companies, but in reality, there really is just only one company?
I think that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
I don't think we're there yet.
Unless our lawmakers really enforce that antitrust stuff on the big tech people.
They haven't for the last 40 years.
Come on, Washington. You can do it, maybe, if you get off your ass. But yeah, life's going to be good once I'm an app. Sorry, once I'm apps. Still got to get used to that.
What if you became an app? If you died and became an app and were reincarnated as an app,
Yep.
what app would you be reincarnated as?
Farmville.
Okay, go on.
I would just work the land of cyberspace, and I would grow cyber crops. Because I still want to keep the internet green.
Nice. I would probably be Grubhub.
So who would you deliver to if everyone's been made digital? Or you just
myself.
Okay. Got it.
I mean, yeah, I just want to be on Grubhub so that way I can get those
first in line.
Get those tasty meals.
Which is interesting because there's nothing to feed because the need for nourishment goes away, but yet you're still going to keep Grubhub alive.
Nourishment's always there, baby.
Maybe it's not food nourishment. Maybe Grubhub evolves to be something else.
To be digital nourishment.
Digital nourishment. So maybe you curate the best of the internet to people.
By curating menus of old restaurants.
Yeah. Well, in video games, people still eat digital food, so I guess it works out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
I can see that.
I'm so hungry. Oh, man, I could go for some za right now,
Maybe,
let me tell you
should I just
something.
upload you now to Apple and put you out of your...
No, don't put me out of... Jesus, don't put me out of my misery.
Sorry.
Whoa.
We almost went Kevorkian there.
You almost went Old Yeller right there. Jeez.
I wouldn't shoot you. I would just upload you. I'd plug you in.
I don't know.
Your energy would be transferred.
You would shoot me into the digispace. Jeez, Louise. Oh, man.
Okay, so I'll just cook you a meal instead.
Okay.
All right.
I'm on board with that.
Just give me a second here. I made you this lobster mac and cheese.
Yum, yum, yum. I'm eating it.
I see that. Oh, that was for the listener.
Yeah. Yes.
Got it.
Delicious. The end.
Did you not even want to know where the lobster was from? Usually people are like, oh, from what region did you catch this?
I assume it was Maine lobster. But was it?
Sure, we'll go with that. That's what you were looking for. I don't want to disappoint.
I mean, it can be from wherever. I'm not picky about my lobster.
It was a red lobster. It was the closest thing.
A red lobster.
Yep.
You know, all lobsters are red.
Gotcha. Yeah, I usually... I like to paint my lobsters other colors. Have I ever told you that?
Do you like to paint lobsters?
Yeah, because, like, red lobsters is so mainstream, you know?
Yes, I do know.
I'm like, give me a green lobster. Give me a blue lobster.
A green or blue lobster?
Rainbow lobster.
Rainbow lobster.
Rain lobster.
Do you think that it would taste different? Do you know that lobsters aren't actually red? And they only become red because you boil them alive?
Huh.
I believe that's a true statement.
Damn.
I may be thinking of shrimp, though. Shrimp are definitely not, like, pink.
Right.
And then you boil them alive.
What color do they start out as?
They're, like, shit gray.
Ooh, yeah, yum, yum, yum.
Like, they're gross looking.
Science fact, our blood's actually... Is it blue or purple? I think it's blue. Our blood's
What?
blue? Yeah, and it becomes red when exposed to oxygen, right? Like, blood is actually blue?
No, it's always red. That's the thing. Like, you know how you see the red and the blue when they talk about the circulatory system?
Uh-huh.
All right, this is true
Yeah,
fact.
there's a blue thing.
But
there's a blue fact
but it's
there,
not
right?
it's not actually blue. It's always red,
Uh-huh.
but it becomes a brighter red when it becomes oxygenated. So it's not like in the pictures they make the arteries red and the veins blue.
Right.
The stuff that takes the blood out from the heart, they make it red, and the stuff that comes
Brings
back,
it in.
they make it blue.
Right.
But in real life, the blood is always red, except when it sends the oxygen somewhere and it deposits the oxygen, it becomes a darker red.
So the fun fact is the blue veins is just a labeling technique used by textbook companies?
Correct.
Oh, that's way less fun. I thought I had Blue Blood.
No.
Blue Bloods is a show, right?
Blue Bloods is a show about cops.
Well, at least we have that.
Featuring Tom Selleck.
We definitely have that. That's a real thing.
Yes.
Aw, well,
Blue Bloods is also just a general term.
we're also
for cops.
mourning the death of Joe's Blue Blood today.
Yeah, no Blue Blood. You're not a Cree. Sorry, champ.
Oh.
Sorry. Oh.
Will you sing the song?
It's tough
Please?
for you. I will remember you. Du-du-du-du-du. Will you remember me?
My blood is so boring now.
Du-du-du-du-du. Blood is not any color but red. Thank you for this clarity.
Yeah, I guess it's better to live the rest of my life with the right information, I guess.
Yes.
What else are we mourning the loss of today?
Apparently your loss of innocence.
Yeah, Catcher in the Rye. Am I right?
I was going to go with The Outsiders, but sure.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Stay gold.
Stay gold. Nothing gold can stay.
Two roads. That's the only other Robert Frost thing I know.
Yep. Two roads.
Two
Just
roads.
that.
End of poem.
I have a metal straw.
I see that. You just trying to
I
cut down
have,
on your single-use plastic.
I actually have two metal straws.
Where did these come from?
They came from the Loot Crate.
Nice.
Hey, kids, Loot Crate. Get them. Or don't. Actually, probably don't.
But, kids, get yourself some metal straws to cut down on your single-use plastic.
Yes, because I do have to say, reusable straws, good. Paper straws, not a fan.
I've never tried one.
Not a fan. I go to DC sometimes for work, and DC has implemented.
They're big on biodegradable.
Both a bag tax and and paper straws.
Yes.
And the paper straws are
They just get soggy?
not great. They do get a little soggy.
Yeah.
Like they're good for the first 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and then they get it's kind of gross.
Not for the lingering, slow sipper.
Not for the lingering beverage for sure.
Got you. I'm just playing with this straw. I'm trying to turn it all the different ways. Hey, if I look in the end, I can actually kind of see this metal vortex looking thing. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Isn't it? You gotta hold up to the right light though.
Yeah, it's because of
It
the light.
it literally looks like making the jump to light speed.
It does. It's pretty cool.
Plastic straws can't give you that, kids.
about this bendy part.
Mourning the death of my plastic straw usage.
It's weird. This metal straw is designed to look like a bendy straw.
But it don't
It
bend.
doesn't bend.
Ooh, it's a sneaky snake.
That's crazy.
Trixie metal straws. Thank you, Gollum. They are Trixie metal straws.
Yep. All right, I'll take it back now.
Aw.
I have to put it back in its carrying case.
Okay.
It came in a little carrying bag.
Are you going to carry that with
see
you
this
always?
bag? It's been in my pocket for a while, so yes, probably. I haven't used them, but I've carried them
But it's
in my
a thought
pocket.
that counts.
It's a thought that counts.
Even if you continue to use disposable straws, at least you're carrying metal ones in your pocket.
I mean, they're just going to throw the disposable straws they give me at the restaurant anyway, so I might as well use them and before they get thrown in the trash can.
That's a great point, Jim. And not to be a Debbie Downer, but kids, you can be good little consumers all you want with your renewable straws, but at the end of the day, saving the planet takes systemic change. Use your vote. Make the world green with who you're voting for.
There was a great meme that I saw recently that it was like, you could
Is it something to the effect of use all this wasteful stuff, but one vote for a good person is like...
no, not
outweighs it all?
one vote. It was
like one policy change or something like that?
No, it wasn't that good. It was a meme, so it was like you could, switch your straw usage and never drive a car again and do all this stuff, and it wouldn't affect as much change as if we just ate one Fortune 500 CEO.
Nice.
And I was like,
yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is like if you... and this is from a different podcast I listened to.
Go ahead. You go first.
I was just going to say, really good episode on how to make the climate better from Adam Conover, host of Adam Ruins Everything. He has a podcast called Factually, where he brings on a climate scientist and she mentions, so if I have to give my kids a frozen pizza for dinner, which is not good for the environment, that's okay. But what I'm using that other time for is to go, stop like a pipeline from being run through our town, which would save more of the planet than if I, made them a bunch of home cooked meals. So what I'm trying to say is don't get yourself down if you're not doing every green habit, but make yourself active to, I don't know what I'm saying. Just vote.
Yes.
Vote green.
Vote green. Joseph, I think we had a lot of great ideas for podcasts today.
Yes.
What were they?
Oh, are you trying to make me feel better? Because all I was doing was mourning the death of iTunes, my blue blood, and my plastic straw use.
Yep. That is pretty much what we did. We just did Funeral for a Friend, really. We could make a podcast called Funeral for a Friend.
Funeral for a friend.
Sure. Funeral for a friend. Yeah.
Jim, I hope when I die, you make sure it's a funeral.
Oh, I will, but I will probably already be dead.
Oh no!
So we can have a funeral in heaven.
Okay.
Or hell.
All right. Oh boy, we need to wrap this up. 5 stars. Review. Donate to. Well, we don't have a Patreon. You can Venmo us at any time. Talking to you, Jeff Bezos. We love you, Mom. We'll see you next week, kids.
Bye, Mom. I love you. 5 stars. I love you.
You're my old Long Bridge. Williamsburg is too expensive. Fuck the A train. Am I insane? No, I'm just never going back. Unless you force me to smoke crack. Or do